If you're thinking about getting your first smartwatch but don't want to spend Apple Watch money, let me put you on to the Amazfit Bip 6. I've been using this $80 smartwatch for about 3 months, so in this episode of Buy or Skip, I'll take you through my biggest pros and cons and break down why I think it's the best Apple Watch alternative for the price. The first thing I noticed about the Amazfit Bip 6, it doesn't look or feel cheap. You get a bright AMOLED display, clean aluminum case, and it even comes with a quality band, though you can find a bunch of additional low-cost bands on Amazon. The Zepp Companion app offers both free and paid watch faces. I like this one that gives me weather and health data at a glance. There are also a bunch of useful little apps built in, like voice memos, compass, and a phone finder that I can assign to the side buttons. Not only is the UI actually snappy and responsive, you've got all the standard wellness features you'd expect from a modern smartwatch. Fitness tracking, step counting, workout coaching, sleep monitoring, SpO2 readings, even stress notifications. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's a lot more than you'd probably expect for the price. There's also an AI assistant if you're into that, and you can pay extra for a Zepp Aura subscription that gives you access to personalized health reports and a wellness assistant, but I honestly didn't feel like I was missing anything without it. Now we need to talk about the obvious. The Amazfit Bip 6 looks and behaves a lot like an Apple Watch. But the experience depends heavily on what phone you're using, because even though it looks like an Apple Watch, the Bip 6 actually works better with Android than an iPhone. But as an iPhone user, I still got all my notifications on the screen, including Apple-specific apps. That said, I had to pull out my phone if I wanted to respond to anything, whereas Android users can reply directly on the wrist. Oddly, I can take a call from my iPhone right on the Bip 6 since it's got its own microphone and speakers. As far as fitness and health data goes, the Bip 6 has nearly as many features as Apple Watch, at least the features that the average user would want to have. For example, it has irregular heart rate alerts. The only sensor that the SE has that the Bip 6 doesn't is a skin temperature sensor. Otherwise, for something like hypertension, you'll need a Series 11, which brings the price up a lot more. But one area where the Bip 6 has any Apple Watch beat is battery life. Amazfit rates the watch at 2 weeks of battery life, compared to the barely all-day battery life of most Apple Watches. In my experience, that does get cut down to under a week once you turn on features like always-on display, deeper sleep monitoring, and the active heart rate monitor, but still, huge difference. I also like how the dock is just a tiny magnetic platform that can use any USB-C cable, even if I'm a little worried about losing it. There are replacements online for less than $10 if that happens. What about navigation on the Bip 6? Well, the watch can't just use Google or Apple Maps. Instead, you use the Zepp mobile app to select and download maps and workout routes directly to the watch. These maps use quite a bit of the watch's meager storage, but for off-grid hiking, I could see it being useful. So, do I think you should buy or skip the Amazfit Bip 6? If you need a basic smartwatch, I think it's totally worth the $80 price tag, especially if you're on Android. But even as an iPhone user, I didn't find the limitations that annoying. I've got Bluetooth earbuds for media playback control, and when it comes to notifications, I honestly liked having the watch serve as a sort of filter that kept my phone in my pocket, except for the most important messages I actually needed to respond to. But if health and safety features like hypertension and fall warnings are important to you, an Apple Watch makes more sense, even with the comparably meager battery life. That's it for my review of the Amazfit Bip 6, but if you want some more options, be sure to check out our smartwatch buying guide, and if this video helped you, leave a like and subscribe. I'm Clayton Ashley for Tom's Guide. Take it easy. I'm gonna try to catch it in one take. Okay. And I immediately,